With enrollment at 3 different schools, my high school experience has been far from conventional, a reality in which I never anticipated. Along the way, I've encountered countless situations that left me pondering why. Yet, amidst these uncertainties, one steadfast lesson emerged: the importance in trusting in God's plan. The hardest thing to accept is that God's plan may be different from your own. I grew up in California, in the same town for 15 years of my life, and I never pictured anything different. I always envisioned myself having the same public high school experience that my older siblings had. However, after my freshman year of high school, my parents decided it was time to move to Texas. The next few months were filled with lots of tears, begging, and pleading not to move. Everything I'd ever known in my life was about to disappear. My lifelong best friends I saw every day were about to be over 1,000 miles away. Upon arriving in Texas, I had never felt so alone in my life, and I felt as if God had turned his back on me. I was angry at my parents and God for creating a new life for me that I thought was inevitably doomed for more suffering. To worsen the situation, my parents wanted to send me to a strange new school called the Highlands, a school where there were only 20 students per class. I was convinced everyone must be weird and I would never have friends again. I fought to resist this change, but it was unsuccessful. Halfway through my sophomore year, I stepped foot into the Highlands. It would be an absolute liar if I told you I stepped into the Highlands and it was all rainbows and butterflies. My first months here were difficult. I was longing for my old life back. Throughout this whole process of change, I wasn't trusting God that my life was going to get better. However, God proved me wrong. God's plans blossomed into more fruits than I could have ever imagined. Certainly, this transformation didn't occur overnight. Rather, I gradually formed friendships and became more engaged in school. Most importantly, I began to put aside my anger and trust God that I was where I was meant to be. I first joined the musical, then student council, challenge, the pro-life club, soccer, and track. Each of these opportunities has truly brought me immense joy and reassures me that everything happened for a reason. Furthermore, I have been astonished to the extent to which the Highlands community cares about its students. A few months ago, in one of the scariest moments of my life, I was involved in a serious car crash, and I completely totaled my car. I was incredibly lucky to have been unharmed. When I came to school the next day, I was met with hugs and concerns from my peers, teachers, coaches, and even people I barely knew. Serving as a reminder that the Highlands community values its students, cares about its students, and loves its students. The Highlands community, or above all, an integral difference I found at the Highlands is seeing my classmates and everyone around me live out their Catholic faith. This has allowed me to grow deeper in my relationship with God and continues to inspire me. Looking back, it's clear that God's unforeseen plans for me enabled countless opportunities, the formation of strong faith, and facilitated my personal growth. Although my high school experience was riddled with uncertainty, I've seen God's plan unravel perfectly. God never fails to provide. I would not be the person I am today without the people who helped me get here. First and foremost, thank you to my parents for doing everything in their power to help me succeed and for constantly supporting me in anything and everything I do. I want to express my gratitude to each of my classmates for welcoming me, demonstrating kindness, and always bringing laughter into my life. I'm incredibly blessed for my best friends at the Highlands, Grace and Jimena. Grace, you were my first friend at the Highlands, and you've absolutely changed my life. I've never had a more loving friend than you. Jimena, your constant love and loyalty means the world to me. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Moreover, I'd like to express my gratitude to Coach Holbrook for showing me as much kindness and love as a daughter. I'd like to thank Mr. Dagenpad for his genuine care and concern in helping me succeed, and for his constant sense of humor that always brightens my day. I'd like to thank Mrs. Beasley for being the most compassionate teacher I've ever had and for always believing in me and my dreams. Lastly, thank you to all the teachers, the formation team, staff, and friends I've encountered who have impacted my life for the better. Finally, I can say without a doubt in my mind that I'm grateful God's plans were different from mine. Looking forward to the future, I don't know exactly what God has in store for me, but I do know God is on my side and God's plan is